Alright, streaming again. More modular impact effect stuff. Everything running fine. Seems to be. Alright, where's my Discord? Oh my god, hello Celeste. How are you? I had your stream open already suddenly. Sorry if that spooked you. Is my camera working actually? Yeah, it is. That's a first. Oh, I'm forgiven. Thank you for forgiving my sins. So yeah, what I'm gonna do today? Well, besides probably answering some questions and whatever, I'm gonna combine all these collections that I made into a variety of particle effects. I'll start out with showing a few. Let me remove the floor. That's one. I should probably open them all at the same time. Save some time. Edit. There we go. That's one. And another one. Very basic one. Sadly, I'm not a sound designer. It would be fun to add some sounds to those. Boom! Spoon! Bite me! Pow! Splotch! Blarp! The dunk! Splotch! Blam! Explode! Pew pew! Ga! Boom! Boom! Bleed! Pow! Badonk! Etc. 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 Okay. Those are the ones I've made so far. I also still need to set up a lens flare effect. I think that's all there is still to it. Let me double check. Materials. Various. The lens flare. Yeah, the lens flare is the last one that I need to set up. So I'm gonna do that right now. So that I can add those two other combinations as well. At the moment we only have the refraction in here, which you can sort of see moving the floor. I'm wondering if I should change something in the material so that I can increase the refraction better. There's no dynamic nodes, so yeah, why not try that? Dynamic parameter. Refraction max. Or refraction high and refraction low. Empty and empty. Hey William Harvey, have you played around with Niagara in 4.18? No, I haven't, though a buddy of mine, Shadow River, did, and he recorded about 2 hours of it, I guess. It looks quite complicated, but I think once he shows me how to do it and follow a few tutorials, and hopefully there's documentation when it's really released, then I'll definitely delve into it. No El Musica. No, you can play your own music. Last time I just played some music, then YouTube was all over my ass with, oh my god, you're using copyrighted music and you cannot play the video anymore and we'll mute the sound so people can choose their own music. I think that's better. But I want your music. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle bells rock. Jingle bells, blah, and jingle bells. That better? Okay, let's change it to 1.2. 0.6. Hello, Sacaber Fiox. Jingo cell, jingo cell, jingo cell cell. That better? Give me my notes, please. There. Okay. Now let's add it to this one as well. Okay. Long text is long. Might need to clean it up a little bit in a bit. What kind of particle are you making? Basically, I have a whole collection of impact particles that I made. I'll keep it English so everybody can follow, by the way, Scaber. So, I made a whole collection of particles, all kinds of different effects, and I'm at the moment combining them. But I need to finish off one last material, one additional particle that I can then reuse everywhere. And it's going to be for the Unreal Engine Marketplace, but I thought, why not stream? Because that helps with interaction. I don't really like the long text. I might just put it into a comment. That might be better. The descriptions don't work anyway for some reason, so. Comment. Whoop. Long text is long. Okay, I want to clean it up a little bit as well. I mean, it's fairly clean. It's mostly me just moving some things around. Hello, Raphael. You are the best particle man. Nah, I'm not. Definitely not the best. I just like doing it, but I know so many people who are way, way better than me. I'm just a small fish in a very big VFX pond. With loads of splashes and explosions, probably. From what point? Oh my god. Cam fade. Can I clean this up a little bit? Not particularly. What do you think about popcorn effects? I never used it. Mainly because I have zero understanding of coding and that kind of stuff, and I never really needed it so far. But a lot of people who do the more realistic and high-end stuff than me, yeah, they really vouch for it. I mean, even if I wanted to try it, I'd wait for Niagara to come out and see what that offers before moving to popcorn effects. But like I said, I personally haven't had the need for it so far for any of my project work, so it's probably why I avoided it still. That fade is a bit does make sense that way, I guess, because yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna add much nodes to this. Okay, that can be smaller, so I just need to move these down a little bit. Nope, nope. One up. There, that's a little bit cleaner. Just a little bit. And I'll add a thing here because OCD. There. Okay, more than enough on the refraction stuff. Let's see. Anything else I need to enable, disable in here? No. Okay. I do thank you for your compliments, Sikaber, etc. But okay, well, that's the refractor. I did set up the values correctly in here, right? Yes. Okay. So let me double check if it still works in here. I was afraid of that. Why is there not? Oh wait, now there's no dynamic node, of course. Parameter dynamic. Refresh the modules. It's kind of annoying that it doesn't really take the values that you put in here initially. 1.2 and 0.6. 1.2 and 0.6. There we go. Boom. So now if I make this 100, then you'll basically have an earthquake. Andre says, did you know that you can straighten those wires by right-clicking the outputs and choosing that option? Yeah, Celeste keeps telling me, but... So... Isn't it actually only available in the blueprint thing? I think that's actually only in the blueprints. Yeah, I think that's only a blueprint thing. At least I can't find that option. I think me and Cell were talking about that. The output pin still selects break, start previewing, enable real-time break links, delete, cut, copy. Only you can only select them. As you can only do it here, but that would be weird. Maybe that's the thing in later versions, though I'm still using .16 because it's a marketplace thing. Oh, sorry. Okay, that does mean I need to fix the refraction in one other effect, but which one did I use it in? I think it's one of the later ones I created. Let me check. Oh yeah, there. You're clicking the input pins. The output pins. Oh, wait. Oh. Break line, connect. Start previewing, enable real-time break links, delete, cut, duplicate, select downstream, upstream. No straighten things there. Then again, like I said, it might be an older version. I know it works for blueprints, but the straight cake was a lie. Did you just assume the cake's preferences? Which version have you tried it in, Andre? Because maybe 4.16 does not have that. I was doing something. You totally... Oh yeah, I needed to add a parameter here. Dynamic. Refresh. Always the refresh. 1.2 and 0.6. And if I add the floor. Yeah. And if I add like minus 1,000 to that. Whoa. Okay. That's not good for the eye. Okay, so that's that. Now for the other effects. I kind of made it in another project already, but new particle sprite emitter, lens flare. A very cheap way to do dual screen. Not lens flare, please. So fixing that typo. Where's my material for that? And various lens flare. What do I have set up here? Not that much, which should be fine. I don't need any distortion applied to it, so I think I can just get away with just this. It's alpha, fully rough is enabled, yada yada yada. No need for responsive anti-aliasing. Okay, that's all fine. Okay. Show me the texture. Thank you. I only need one of these. And they need to be freaking huge. Probably about 500 range. Can even be bigger, I think, but for now, let's just keep it at this. Color over live. Let's pick a nice orange for that, and a slightly less orange brownish color for the end. And get a scale over live. Did it. And let's do about 30, I guess. Okay, that might be a bit overkill. Also, for some reason, the texture is ending there. That's odd. I need to check it in my other project to see what I have set up. Loading another project. Okay. Particle system 356 days. Matra Boom had it, I think. Yeah. Okay, those edges actually fine. It's the same texture though. So what did I do different in the texture? Or sparks, where are you? Flash. That's not the right flash. Okay, it's probably because it's so fast that you don't really notice it. Yeah, okay. Okay, then it's fine. Size by life. I'm gonna just straight on copy those settings from here. Can I copy everything? I should be able to copy everything. I'm not sure anymore. I wonder if that's still a thing. Did I miss one? 1, 2. Yeah, there are only 2. 1, 3, I mean. And then that's something I sometimes don't like about having multiple projects opened. That should be fine. Oh wait, the velocity is already annoying. By I need to open this up on another screen because this is getting ridiculous. Move all the things to another screen. There. Yeah, my restream chat is totally in the way. Constant curve. Da 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 da. Okay. That should be fine. Lifetime would be a lot shorter. But to 8 to 0.32. Okay, that's somewhat better. So it's not decreasing in size anymore. Okay, a little bit faster. Oh, of course. Da 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 da. Square should be rectangle. There we go. I knew I was getting something. Okay, close the other project. And on its own, it's not that super good looking, but once it's covered by all kinds of other effects, then you don't notice all the noise and whatever on it. Did I set some other stuff up in here? I have a dynamic parameter, which I should add then. I like to keep my dynamics at the top. Refresh. I don't need a U-shift. I always add U-shifts nowadays to my materials whenever I'm working for PC stuff, because you can do some cool stuff with it. For instance, now it's a totally different color every time. Yeah, that kind of stuff. But for now, constant is fine. Desaturation is fine. Ring type and dot mover, that's odd. Oh. Leftover stuff. There. Okay, that works. Yeah. What now? I can start really combining all kinds of stuff. So let's do that. Let's look one of the content browsers and go to the examples. Create a new emitter. Sorry about doing it off screen, but else I constantly have to move my content browser left and right, and I find it really annoying. Also, I'll make it easier to read for everybody. I keep forgetting to do that whenever I'm streaming. Developer tools, widget reflector. There, this should be better, right? To read everything. Oh, double click. There it is. I always have this character in the center of my screen so I can kind of guess the size of everything. I could probably just get a mesh of the robot thingy mannequin, but I prefer to use this weird thing that's Monopoly character. Okay, let's start combining some stuff. I'm just gonna select a few random things from the get-go. And combine them. I'll probably need some cool spark. That's a whole array of sparks. Probably gonna need some kind of ring. I want to use something of my weird ring collections. Let's see if there's anything in here. And let's see if we can use a spark disk as well. Let's pick something of this first. Get a base. Let's see. The 4 one is nice. Maybe 5 one. What else do we have? 6. And this is obviously 7. Then this is 8. Oh, 3 opposite. Okay. Let's pick the 5 one. Oh man, everything is just so big at the moment. Okay, I'm gonna select this one in the content browser, then right click on here, emitter, export emitter. And now it should appear here. Yes, and I can actually see the proper size of something. Okay, no more spark disk needed. Let's see if we can find a cool ring. I wish there was a button to swap between them and see each one individually. That could work. But we also need something for the core. Let's see. Yeah, let's pick this one. I mean, find that one in the content browser again. Emitter, export emitter, and there it is. It's a bit small, so let's increase the size. Maybe even bigger. Let me think. Yeah, 600. Oh. Though the Z doesn't matter in this case, I always like to fill it in anyway. Okay, there's some stuff in the dynamic node I can probably use. Disable this then. Okay, a bit too slow. Sure, I like that. Let's start at 0.5 maybe. That's better. How does it look when it's full speed? Okay, that looks a bit full speed. Maybe slow it down a little bit. I want to see it in half speed. I'll just keep it for now, but I might replace it later. Let's just add a spark to it first. Let's pick one of the later ones. That looks okay. Okay, let's pick 10. I have no idea. Oh, wrong one. I want to decrease the size a little bit. I should press the right buttons. There. Still not happy with the ring. I'm probably gonna replace it with something else, and that spark disk should be bigger. Oh. Pew, 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 pew. I'll change the colors later. Let's add some nice whirly swirlies or whatever they are called. Wait, that last one is a bit too long, but let's see which one we have. I still wonder what a typical Luos make game would look like. I have some ideas, but if it's a small game, probably the more simplistic stylized effect, which is actually sometimes harder than realistic, but or something that throws back to the old SNES or Sega era. Something like that will be fun. Oh, that one looks cool. I might go for number 8. Ooh, boom. Yeah, let's go for number 8. Let's spawn one more. I mean, I still have a very soft spot for the old games, you know, the old Super Nintendo and Sega games. I just love them to bits, but also the old PlayStation games. But yeah, I would love to make an old Breath of Fire kind of game or so. But then again, RPGs are quite hard. The lines, how do you make them? Well, it's just a mesh like this. Hard to see from every angle, but you can probably open a material that might be easier to look at. Let me find the mesh as well. And I need to select. I just did select the mesh. Stupid two content browser bug. Let's do a preview from somewhere that isn't this. Oh yeah, that's better. Yeah, they definitely are a massive amount of work, but it's also about scope, you know? I mean, I wouldn't really call it indie or whatever, but if you keep the scope small, so you don't add a gazillion side quests, no real sandbox environment, just more linear like the old games, and you keep the overall style quite either low polish or 2D, but besides maybe conversations, cutscenes, and maybe the battles, then you can keep the scope quite small. Then it's all about getting the gameplay and the story done first. Get a very basic mock-up of the whole environment and all the cities and whatever. So you can keep it much smaller than a lot of people want. I mean, the difference between a high-end RPG or MMORPG and the old Super Nintendo things is, in time, would be a lot of difference. At least I think. I'm not the best to answer those kind of things, I guess. But anyways, for that line thing. So we have this mesh here. And we have a small sprite. I'm going to preview it. And that sprite isn't covering the whole thing, of course. So if let me get a relative time node or Luos time sign, that will work probably. Plug that in here. Okay, that's the wrong one. Let's see, what would be a good location to plug it in. This one uses multiple color channels. That might make it a bit hard, but I think this will work. If not, we're gonna plug it in here, plug it in here, and then stop previewing probably. Yeah, so that small dot is moving over the lines of that mesh, as you can see. Vroom, vroom. And that's all there's to it. It's just a mesh with a small sprite moving over it. And before I butcher my material any further, I'm gonna refer those changes. And this part basically makes the end thinner than the beginning. But yeah. So that's why all you can see here is the small thing. And for some reason on the real-time VFX forums, they want to call it solar coaster, but I don't think that's really what it is. It sounds wrong. It's not a soul, it's not a roller coaster. It's just a sprite or even a texture panning along a mesh. But that might be just me nitpicking. I don't care what's it called as long as it looks okay. Okay, back to this thing. It needs something, yeah, flashy around it. So let's get a ring, a proper one this time. Particle systems. Yeah, I got so many impact rings made, so I'm just gonna see if I can find a good one. Let's start at the end. Yeah, that one won't work. Let's see. The basic. The clean. Okay. Not what I want for this effect. Let's go to the next collection of rings. Yeah, no worries. Just whenever you have a question that's particle related and I can answer it, I'll definitely do my best to do so. Let's see. Wait, the inverted version of this might work. Though, let's see. Isn't it in here? No. Then it's probably in the next collection. Is it not? Which one is this? I got a few very weird ones, but oh yeah, there it is. Let's see. Might work. Let's pick one with 3 corners. Yeah. Let's see if that is any good. They're like Xmas balls. Jingle balls, jingle balls, jingle balls, balls. Yeah, no. Needs to be something a bit more chaotic. I have so many that I can't pick. I should not have made that many. Oh well. Let's see, somewhere at the end here maybe. Okay, those are a bit weird. Getting into the more fake territory now. I think I'm gonna go back to the first one. I should have just gone with my first gut instinct with that. And pick one of these. That might look better in this case because it's a bit more chaotic. No, these are just sprites. It's basically a horizontal texture that's with some radial UV things applied to it. In my previous live stream that's recorded on YouTube, there's an explanation on how to create something like this. I don't know the exact minute, but it's somewhere halfway. It's fairly easy to make something like that. Yeah, let's just go with one of these. Okay. Needs to be a bit bigger. Let's go for 400. Needs to be a bit more bright. Nothing wrong setup in this. No. Okay, color over live. It's fine. I want it nice and bright. I'll change the color in the color over live thing. And to about 5. There's already a color node in this particular material to make it work better, but that works. Might change the color overall a bit later, else everything is just red. But I think I'll go for a 1 particle a week challenge. Yeah, that might be better. I mean, a particle a day challenge, that was just insane. Especially when I got more client work. I just didn't have the time anymore. It's so frustrating, but... Okay, it needs something else. Okay, I know what it might need. This, I think. It needs something that's going outward. To quad sparks, maybe? Let's pick something from here. Let's see. Dude, that's too squarish. What else do we have? Okay. Let's go for one of these. And try that one. Needs to be smaller though. Yeah. Let's try that one. I don't think it matches with the outward going spiral thingies. It's Ecluade or Chulade. I have no idea how to pronounce the name, sorry. Things are fine, how are you? Let's just add a normal spark thingy then, maybe. I have a few random ones set up here, so I can just easily pick and paste. So I do want to add some more later down the road. Let's see. That's a bit overkill. I should probably make them smaller, though I need to need to tell myself that I need to change them in the LOD as well. Clyde. Okay, well, okay, Clyde. I'll try to remember that. Why do I keep changing the Z values? They can be the same as the Y. It doesn't matter. 6, 9, 9. That way they are a bit smaller and aren't so over top. Okay. That's that, though. I need to change them in the LOD as well. So copy and paste. Oh, wait. Paste. Oh, that doesn't copy, only just sets to the Cascade, you're so old. 3, 5, 6. Okay. Wait, normally they don't copy that properly. Why does it do that properly now? Okay, well. 3, 7, 7, 8, 8, 8. That way, when you're really far away, it looks a little bit better. Basically, I have to set up the LEDs so that the spawn rate is much lower. So at the end, it spawns 200 and 100, but in LED 1, it spawns 300, 200. That way you save a little bit on the spawning. And also increase the size a little bit, because those tiny particles need to be seen from a little bit farther away. So at the lower end lots, I tend to, or higher end lots, depending on where you look at it, tend to increase the size a little bit so that the sparks are better visible from a distance. So 3, 6, 6, 9. 3, 6, 6, 9. Let's do 6, 9, 12. Any idea whatever happened to Niagara? Well, there was quite a lot of updates to it in 4.18, but it's still not release ready. So you can enable it. I'm starting to think that maybe 19 or 20 will have Niagara. At least that's my guess. How do you make sure the particle is at the proper size? I've several times the issue with the particle ended up with the size of a planet. Well, that's why I have this character in here. This is 1.80 meters high, so that way I have some size reference. It helps the floor as well, though at the moment the character is halfway down the floor because I needed to center it for the particles. I also need to move the particles, and that's annoying. Also, what's really weird is that even though I disabled all the shadows in the meshes, for some reason it still has the shadows to that weird sprite thing that's moving about. That's really odd. I don't know why. I mean, Chaos Spark, mesh data. It says there's nothing in here for shadows, because shadow is off. Though that might not work because I'm changing the material inside. I don't know. Let's see if they can actually change that in the mesh material. Jasper, I cannot use mesh material when using override in the... Okay, well, let's see that for a second then. I don't think you can change that in the material. No, you cannot change the shadows here either, so that's stupid. Then why would you use mesh material? Well, you can have erase in here, so that's one thing, of course, but... Which I keep forgetting. I should make some cool effects with mesh erase, but yeah. Okay, required mesh data. Yeah, it helps to have something of scale, though rescaling a particle is quite annoying, especially if it has velocity and that kind of stuff. It doesn't really scale properly. Not sure why this particle system is here. Go away. I kind of want to make these a little bit longer still. Let's do 9 and 12. Meaning that in the final one, it's probably going to be 12 and 15 or so. I have no idea. 12, 15. Yeah, I know, but you cannot disable shadows in the material itself. It might actually not be visible when you place it in the level. Let me double check. Oh. Most annoying bug in Unreal Engine 4 that the mouse sometimes selects the actor even though you don't have it selected. So, I mean, if there were shadows cast, then you should definitely be able to see it. But I think that might just be a bug in Cascade, not accepting the shadow thingies. Okay. Let's see, doesn't need anything else at the moment, or is this just okay for now? Let's see if I can add that lens flare to it. I forgot to set something in here. Local space, kill incomplete, one emitter loop. That should behave normally. Anything else? Dynamics fine. Lifetime should be okay. Initial size is okay. Same for color of life. Though I don't like them to be linear, so I'm gonna change that real quick. And same with the color and same with the size by life. There, that's done. Now it should move a little bit more flowy. Yeah. And I also need to add LODs, I think. Oh, they're already there. Why is the spawn rate different in LOD2? That's weird. Never added that. Share from highest. There. Okay. Kill the lens flare here. Yes. And export it again. That doesn't look too bad, actually. I want to add one more thing in here so I don't forget. It's an initial rotation. Disabled, so I can use it whenever I copy it. Same with initial rotation rate. So I'll probably keep that in a low value, like minus 0.1 and 0.1. I always say point, but it's actually dot. I guess that's something that just me being Dutch ruins for me. And also a camera module. I'm gonna color overlay and scale color to the bottom. That way I can make it move closer if I want to, or further away. So now it's in the floor probably. Yeah. Move the floor. Oh, minus 1000 might be a bit too much. There. But 0 for now is fine. That to set it to 50. Okay, I'll disable it. There. Yeah, I know, I can over explain sometimes. We got the point. Ah! We Dutchies are so funny. Let's see. Initial size. I wanna see if I can make the... Yeah, that's the one I need. Let's say 800. 600. That way it's a bit wider. Might look cool. A little less. 600. Yeah. And last but not least, are you making these for sale? Is it for purchase? It's gonna be for the marketplace, yeah. I got most things set up already, so I'm just combining effects. For the people who haven't heard about the whole package, it's gonna be modular. So I will build. I have like 300 or so things set up. That's, for instance, all these, and let's move the materials. All these rings here, more rings, and even more rings, and more rings. All kinds of sparks, and a lot more. I mean, the whole list is quite a lot by now. And the intent is, besides about 2-3 dozen pre-made effects, that the user can just what I'm doing, combine each of these effects and make their own impact effects. So the intent is that people make these kind of effects themselves instead of me providing all of them. That way I think a package is worth much more, because you can really fine-tune all the effects to your own liking. All the materials are set up very cleanly. So let me just pick one of the rings or so for the materials. You can see I set it up very cleanly, so that's easy readable information for everything when needed. The material instances are also very clean set up, so people can easily change them. And I also add a lot of additional functionality. So besides, you can easily change the texture or the noise that will already totally change the effect. You can also add a lot of cool noise effects. For instance, if you want noise to it, okay, that might be a bit much. Oh, that one should work. You want it to move outwards or inwards, then you have now noise that goes like this or inverted like that. If you want the ring to be smaller, you can change the ring size. If you want to remove some of the edges here, then you can go all the way there, and etc, etc, etc. And that goes for all the effects that I made. So there's a lot of functionality in there, so people can really go all out and create their own impact effects without the need to hire artists for simple basic things like this. Noise distortion can go back off. I think that was the way it set it up before. Yeah, okay. I don't need to change anything there. Okay, I think this is good enough for this effect. I need a screenshot. Oh wait, I need to set the bounds for the GPU particles, of course. 5,000, 5,000, 5,000, 5,000, 5,000. Once more. There. Okay, slow the effect down and get a good frame for the screenshot. So this is the screenshot now for the effect, and that kind of represents quite well what the effect is. 5001. How do you get those streaks if you're not using ribbon data? Yeah, I get that question quite a lot. Give me a few seconds. I already explained it before, but how did you slow it down? Well, normally there's time here and anim speed, and I just map them to my numbers. So one is 1%, then is 2. So let me show you where you can do that first before I go back to the streaks again. I have to explain that almost every time I stream, but it's okay. Edits, editor preferences, and then you go. You have to open Cascade first before this shows up, though. Keyboard settings, and then you have Cascade here: 1% speed, 10% speed, 100% speed, etc. And then you can just apply keys to them. You can also add LED keys, etc., etc. I have duplicate share emitter set to Control Shift and W. Duplicate emitter Shift W. Show the floor H. Show the grid. Lower LED, that's just for quick things, and restart level is spacebar. That way I can it's already there though, the spacebar 1. So you can easily just look at an effect and press spacebar and go over and over and over again. And it helps to look at something in slow motion, because either something might go too fast or you're not really sure why it's off. Then you can try and look at it in slow motion and see if it feels okay, though it also needs to feel okay at full speed, of course. But and I kind of like this. Really like a boom. It almost feels a bit like that GIF with the guy that goes, oh, with mind explosions. Okay, to 5 and okay, close all the things again. Okay. Okay, what other kinds of effects should I make? I don't need to save the level. My mouth always gets too dry when talking. Let's make something that's a bit more more like the regular GPU sparks and that kind of thing. Maybe that will work. I closed my content browser again, didn't I? Yeah, I closed my content browser. Nice pack of drink. Yeah, I'm really addicted to iced coffee, so these are $1 for a liter, and I just can't get enough of it. I have a ribbon trail for my player character, but I can't get to be solid at the start and fade off at the end. That's a bit, yeah, that's really just a particular relative time or whatever, and then control the alpha. But it also depends if you're using masked or if you're using transparency and that kind of stuff. I don't have the package open to really show that part though, so I can't really do that. Somebody was asking about the ribbons again. I should just record it so I can play it on live stream. Let's pick that effect that does it. There. Find her in the mesh and open it. So it's just a small texture that's being panned along these lines. Small dot in the material, you can see that a bit better. Sorry for the people already seen it, but it's this small thing that's actually moving on the mesh. Master material. Let's preview this and grab the mesh. Actually stop previewing it and get the relative time. I should just keep the Luos time sign here so people can easily check it out later. There. Just plug that one in and you should see one move. There. It's just moving along that mesh. That's all. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Place. Oh. The dynamic bottom out output with this for preview. Well, I mean, the Luos time sign is just the regular. There's a debug time sign, but it only had speed. So I just added a time add to it as well for some additional control. That's all. I should probably just move these input values and move it all inside that Luos time sign, but I'm probably too lazy. I can actually optimize this a little bit. Saturate there. I need to save everything first because updating a material function can be a bit crashy. Actually, while I'm at it, wait, sign face. Where did that go? At the bottom, okay. There. I need to make sure that the value 1 is in the top. Yeah. There. There. Okay. Bye-bye. Doesn't really save anything, but it's cleaner to not use material functions inside material functions if you can avoid it, of course. I like it to look like this. It's much cleaner. I can be so nitpicky about this. It's really not good for OCD people. Okay. There. And I'm gonna copy it in case it crashes. Save. Oh, no crash. Okay. Did not expect that. Combining shaders, yada yada yada. Okay. Would you like to change the hour? Yes. Need to compile some shaders, but it should still work. All of a sudden nothing works and I'm gonna cry. Oh no. It definitely is working. Okay, let's make another effect. Examples. I also need my other content browser back. There we go. Don't cry, be happy. No Luos, no cry. Nah. So another weird character thingy. I need to save quite a few materials all of a sudden. Okay, let's do something with a bit more sparks and that kind of stuff. Let's do something with the headlines. There are some quite a few cool ones in here. Bite. I have a few curved ones. I think they are in here somewhere. But that one is actually quite cool as well. Let's see. Yeah, let's pick one of the curved ones. Though, are those the only ones I have? Also, I need to make more at some point. Not that I want to, but okay. Yeah, let's pick that one. Just start. Matter. Okay, camera offset should be a bit higher. 50. Okay, let's spawn 2 or so. Let's see if that adds something to the dynamicness. Would work. So it definitely needs an hit impact spark effect thingamajiggy, so I'm gonna grab one from this collection. 3 or 4, 5 sparks, 6. There was one, yeah, that one looks cool. Okay. And it's not exporting again because 2 content browsers open. Okay, that one needs a slight delay though, so it might not delay if I'm correct. Oh no, it does. Sometimes the delays do not work and you need to kill all the LODs, which is really annoying. Let's make it a bit smaller. And maybe give it a nice ring effect as well. I got some additional rings here. I tend to pick this one a lot, but I want to make sure that not only that one that I pick. Let's see what else do we have here. A star doesn't really fit this one. Okay, let's just pick one of the rings. Okay, that one should be fine. Though it's gonna be a smaller ring, I picked a more thicker one, yeah. And again, not exporting. Okay, needs to be quite smaller. 2, still too big. 1. Might actually look cool with spawning 3 of these lines. Okay, so what shall we add to it after this? Some sparks, or I got an idea. Where are you? There, one of these things. I do have the hearts, though I want to replace the hearts at some point with something else because, well, maybe keep the hearts, but I need something else that looks a bit more sophisticated and impact effectsy, because this looks more like a kiss effect. Oh yeah, well, maybe somebody needs it. The lightning one is also funny. You can also add, might actually work. For this one, noise strength 1. Let's add some small noise to it. And normal map size. Okay, that way I can increase the noise a little bit. I might need a different noise normal. I only have a few imported though. This one works more for fire. Okay, and this one is really cool, but so strong in its effect. Let's see how that looks inside of this thing. You barely notice it unless you go slow motion probably. Yeah, I need a proper normal map for that, so I'll do that later. I can keep them on though, so people can already see what's going on in there. Okay, back to whatever selection I wanted. I need more of these kind of effects though, because they look quite cool. And it helps me practice with my vector drawing stuff. So while I'm still going with this, if anybody has any questions about particles and I can answer them, then I will. So And again with the plug. They need to be a bit smaller. 50, 90, 90, 40, 100. And the sphere should be smaller as well. I'll probably change that color. And yeah, I know it's blue and it's showing green, but that's because the texture already has a color to it. This can be a pain in the neck to work with. You click on export, but nowhere on the import. Does it just export the first particle effects that opened? Let me show you how that works. Receive all the things. Okay. If you press export, then it will export to the one you selected last in your content browser. So if I select this one and I right mouse click emitter export, it will copy it to the last selected emitter in your content browser. That's the way it works. So if you have two content browsers open like me, then it sometimes is like, I don't wanna open one. That's more like the blue I want. Maybe a bit more like this. Yeah. I kind of dig that color for that effect, so I might go and do the same for the other ones. This was 0.06, so why are you not changing color? I probably need to copy the colors over live of everything. Nice light blue here, and then dark blue here. And then I need to probably change something in the dynamic as well. That works. Overlap and scale color are fine, so I should be able to just use open 6 for this one apparently, but that's the downside of sometimes having a material that has to have the color inside of the shader. Let's see. Oh, there you are. Why did it take you so long? Oh wait, I'm still in slow motion, of course. A 4, 0.45, that will work. Okay, what color shall we give the hit line effect? Maybe yellow will work. A more yellowish color. For the contrast, and maybe slowly move to the green. That works contrasty thingy. And I think some smoke buff would work in this case. And that one could work. Or let's try this one first. More generic one. I should add a few more cloud effects later on, but as you can see, I have multiple content browsers open, then it sometimes doesn't really understand which stuff to export to. I think that works. Let me know in the comments, subscribe, and And change the color a little bit, if I'm correct. Oof. Oof. I think a somewhat green color also looks cool, but let's go with somewhere around here. Yeah, that's funny. So maybe a bit more whitish still. You can also go for black clouds, but there, something like this, I guess. And we need some sparks. I should probably just make a new one so that I can actually add it to the whole collection thing. Type data, GPU sprites. And I need to find the material that I made for all the GPU stuff. In this case, I should probably use the GPU sparks. Yeah. Which one I'm gonna pick? I'm gonna pick that one. Okay. Use local space, kill complete, loop once. Is GPU particle. Use the color flipper, yes. In that case, if I add the color, then it should give me 2 different colors. Yeah. I want a nice blue and nice yellow, I guess. So, or give this. Yeah. Okay, let's go for a nice blue color. Does it also change the effect every time or not? Yeah, different effects. Lifetime anywhere between 0.33 and 0.88 or whatever. Random values for the win. Initial size, and probably need to set them to PSA velocity. That way they align to the velocity, of course. I don't need the particle cutout stuff. So I can set it up. Should I do it? No, because of the shader logic. Okay. Lifetime spawn might be important. Let's start with 300 particles in the high end and 100 in the low end. Add some velocity to everything. Let's start with just 200 on every angle. And change the initial size to something much smaller. 2 and 6, 4 and 8. Nope. Now, additionally to that, I want to add a location sphere after the initial velocity. That gives it a bit more random outwards going effect. So I want to make this much smaller. That works. Surface only I don't need, but I do need the velocity, and I want it uniform. So let's say anywhere between 5 and 20 or so. Just a bit more random look. After the color of life, we need a. Well, the order, it depends on some things. If you do the scale color first and then color over life, then some things change. Sometimes it also depends on little things. Generally, there isn't that much that really matters. I just like to keep everything organized. That's often why I do certain things like that. Do orbits work in GPU particles? They should, right? Or not? Let's double check. I don't think they work for GPU particles. Kinda looks like it does. Yeah, it definitely does have some effect, but the rotation, should be fine. Rotation rate is something I want to change. Yeah, that doesn't have any real effect to it. Seems. Yeah, that effect is too small. Never mind that. You can do something else for that. I want to change the color a little bit on the particle still, but let's see. Do something else then. Let's get a vector field going. A local vector field. I have no idea which one to pick. I should have named them a little bit better, but let's see what it does. Full speed ahead. The only downside if you have a local vector field selected that you cannot use spacebar for that. I should probably add another button to that. So intensity 100 and just check out what it does. Yeah, we can take a look at them later. Let's zoom in a little bit. Oh, that one seems to be okay. Let's increase intensity for funsies. Boom. Use fit DT. Use fixed delta time simulation. Oh, that's a new option. Never noticed that one. And we can probably make the whole thing a bit smaller as well. I need to look over my microphone. That looks okay, I think. I do want to change the color a little bit. This should be just a little bit more turquoise. Let's see if that works. Also, I need just... Yeah, the flip color might not work in this case, so no swap. That way I can make sure that the color works. And I'm probably going to make it yellowish then to fit the other things. Have you ever done an implosion? Not really. I have something that looks kind of like it, but I never really did that. I should one day make a cool implosion then. I'll write it down. I want to compare colors real quick. Oh yeah, those are quite matching. Let's look at the claw marks, size by life. It's possible. I can't find anything on making particles attract to a point and die on impact. Well, that's the thing. You don't really have sadly the real control on die on impact. Though there is a kill box. So let me try something real quick. I'm gonna duplicate this one then. Single it out. And get the sphere to start much bigger. Let's say 200. And instead of this, I'm gonna keep the velocity at 0 for now and only use the surface. Then let's get a attraction, point gravity. And the radius, yeah, let's make it infinite big so that I know it will work. And a strength that should suck it all in. Okay, that works. Now there is a kill. Not sure if GPU particles actually have it. I don't think GPU particles have that thing, but maybe regular GPU particles have it. Yeah, you have a kill box. So if that kill box is really small, it only has lower left corner, upper right corner. That's lame. And why call it a kill box? That's really weird. Why would you have a lower left corner and upper right corner instead of whatever it should be? I want to see my floor, by the way. Hey, Caleb. I'm trying to trying to do something for Coolout about attracting particles and kill them at the exact right location. But why would I mean, I understand the kill height. I mean, that makes sense. That's just setting the height, and then if something hits it underneath or above it, then it will kill. But why would a kill box have a lower left corner and upper right corner and not just a regular X, Y, and Z valued scale? I mean, let's just try something and see if I can actually see something in the 3D. Would be nice if I actually see the freaking thing. View, can I see actually? Yeah, but it's so odd. If everything else just uses scale, even like the vector fields, why would the kill one be so different than the rest? That there was no proper communication when it was made compared to all the other setups. Orbit mode, vector fields, there is no way to see the kill box, I guess. I mean, this should be a very, very tiny box, but it isn't. Oh, wait, hey, there we have a box. Okay, attraction. Not sure why that got deleted though, that's weird. Now, it's not a bug report, but I find it very odd that everything else, even like the local vector field, works just with this kind of box, and you can just set the relative scale 3D. And the kill box does not have that. So somebody else probably made it and made it work differently than the rest, which is quite an incoherent thing, in my humble opinion. Okay, the position is right. Let's change the range again to 10 whatever K and get the strength to 1000, was it? Okay, guess that works. H. Yeah. So that will be a way to do it. Cool out. Hit the kill box, and the moment it hits the kill box, they die. Though this is a bit very too strong. Let's do 3000 maybe. Strength applied by distance, affect base velocity. And now it does not work. That's odd. It's definitely going through them. It is possible, but for some reason when the pointer tractor has the affect base velocity, it doesn't. That's weird. $100K. Does it work without the kill box? Oh. Maybe I should put the kill box on the lower end of that spectrum thing. And affect base velocity. No. So there's some weird limitation thing, but yeah, definitely playing with the lifetime would work as well. But sometimes if you have a bit more random things and some of the particles spawn out further away than others, then the lifetime one might not really suffice. So yeah, as long as you don't for some reason use the freaking affect base velocity, it seems to work. very weird. Oh well. Bye bye. Yes. Okay, back to whatever I was working on. I'm getting a sore ass from this chair. Let me sit a little bit different. There, that should be better. Okay. I kind of want to make the sparkles move a little bit faster, so let's do 500 maybe. And also obviously increase these values a bit. Right at the same moment we both reposition ourselves in our chair. Ah. I do think a little later. Okay, I want to add some other thing to it. I'm gonna probably do something with collisions and whatever. First, let me set. No, I'm not gonna touch the bounce yet, else I need to sometimes restart Unreal Engine. I want another spark, but the one that actually interacts with the floor. Sparks, I have no idea. A1 then. Stone asses are trending right now. Well, since this isn't moderated by some by myself or whatever, our local adult toy company is actually selling asses, for full-size silicone asses. I'm like, what? You even have them with faces on them. You always get those magazines around the December time. It's for lonely people. I'm not gonna show you any, but there's actually a pair of silicone breasts, and it has the JJ between them. Yes. How do you know? Because I got that magazine. Sakaber is actually Dutch, so he knows the Pabo, but it's like an adult toy magazine. And the weirdest things are in it. Really the weirdest things. Besides obviously the general sheeps and goats and whatever, but... what am I talking about? I should be talking about normal things, non-adult things. Sorry about that, people. Don't ever do it again. I just can't get over the fact that people are buying the things. Well, some things I can understand probably, but okay, size by speed. There. Inflatable goats, yes. Okay, that might be a bit overkill. 5, 4. And also, I don't need to spawn that many, so. Also, oh my god. There's a bug in the GPU particles when you duplicate them. It still takes over the size by, oh my god. Ctrl Z, 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 Ctrl Z. There we go. If you duplicate and share the GPU particle emitter, it just breaks. So you need to actually duplicate normally. And then manually copy the required, no, manually the lifetime, yada yada yada. It's so annoying. I reported that bug in 4.12 or whatever. Yeah, I will fix it. They never got fixed. I understand that Niagara is more priority, but it will be nice that once they move over to Niagara, that Cascade is fully bug free, just in case, you know? Instead of being more broken, but I shouldn't whine too much about that. I understand that the priority lies elsewhere. It's all about money and time and whatever. Okay, so I was about size by speed thing. Okay, I'm gonna set the speed scale of that one just to 1 and 0.5 to that. Okay. And I'm probably gonna invert that color to get that more turquoisey, weird looking, whatever it is. You can enable it in 4.18 through some ini file things, but it's not stable. Okay, I'm gonna kill the positive and negative Z on that and do surface only. That way it should only move outward. Yeah. Probably gonna make it a bit bigger, like 30, 40. Okay, I'm gonna spawn quite a lot less as well. Between 150 at a constant acceleration downwards, so minus 980, which is normal gravity. Show the floor. I might need to lower the floor for this preview, so minus 90 there. Okay, let's add a collision. Cannot be used with an opaque material. I know that. That's why I already have a... I don't have the GPU version, I guess. Okay, let me make a GPU version of that. Translucent. Duplicate this called is no swap. And then CR for translucent. And I should be able to set it in translucent here without breaking anything. Save it and let's see if it works. Need to have a separate one then. There we go. And now they jump around on the floor. Woo! Bouncy, bouncy. To wallpaper up the baby room. I hope you're still at work in an hour. So I might not be around in an hour. I'm almost gonna call it quits for a bit and eat something and whatever. So I might stream again tomorrow. Though I totally forgot to mention it. I actually told Cell before I started streaming. The Unreal Engine Marketplace is currently has the Cyber Monday sale, and there are packages discounted from anywhere between 10 and 90%, and all my packages besides the fireworks kit are also 30% off. So I totally forgot to mention that constantly, and I wanted to mention it all the time, but apparently I don't care much about it. So if you want to spend some money, definitely check out the marketplace at the moment, because a lot of packages are on sale. I'm not only telling you that to you, Skaber, but everybody who's watching. But yeah, take care and good luck wallpapering up the baby room, because I know for sure that I hate wallpapering up stuff. So also, congrats on the future baby, I guess. Yeah, I want to change the color of the clouds a little bit. I like my colors all the way at the bottom. And my dynamic nodes all the way at the top. Saving some things. And the cloud color. Maybe a bit more yellow. Or just white. I don't know. I don't know. It does look kind of cool with the color, but it doesn't really feel as a cloud that way. I want to go for a bit more whitish then, I guess. Yeah, I can keep practicing one small thing at a time, but okay, this should be fine. Guess I'm gonna go for a screenshot now. Oh wait, no. I need to set all the LODs properly, make sure that everything is fine. Share from higher, and same here. Oh. The spawn rate is totally weird in this case. I'm gonna double check that. Duplicate from higher and make sure that there are a little bit less particles emitted, especially with the collision stuff. So I might actually kill that totally on. Yeah, I'm actually gonna kill that, the latest thing. So I need to duplicate from higher first before I can do that. In case people want it, I'll just enable it. But okay, that one is set. On to the next one. eSparks. Fine on this one. Then I have it here. And duplicate from higher again. Let's spawn 250. Again, duplicate from higher. 125. I do think the clouds are set up properly between 25 and 20, and then 20, 15, and yeah. Okay, well, I know for sure that those are set up. This one isn't properly set up, so I definitely need to double check that. Share from higher will work, and okay, and the size is definitely wrong here. Duplicate from higher, and then just a little bit bigger. 60, 100, and 50, 110. That way it's better visible from a distance. Okay, anything else that looks weird? That seems all to be fine. Yeah, okay. Kill the character, I don't need it anymore. And set the particle bounce. Oh. Slow down so we can get a nice screenshot and see if it matches the effect. The clouds get in the way a little bit though. Okay, that works. I really like proper images for my effects. That really helps. But yeah, just like I said to Sakaber a few minutes ago, I think I'm gonna call it quits from the streaming for today. And have some food and prepare some food for later tonight. So thank you all for watching, and thank you all for asking questions, and hopefully learned something in the process. So take care everybody, and have a nice day. Also, don't forget to check out the marketplace. Huge sales, between 10 and 90%, so definitely check that out. And mandatory self-plug, my own packages are 30% off. See you at Summers, or is Summers, IJ Summers, a lot of summers. Summer, I miss summer. Freaking cold outside. Alright. Where's my OBS? And stop